Stop everything that you're doing right now and listen to this. I really think this is God trying to tell you this. You didn't stumble upon this video with very low views for no reason. You have to take a new path, just like I did right now. God told me. I was reading the Bible, I was meditating, I was praying on praying God a lot to make the decision to shift my life completely. And maybe this is what you're called to do right now, to shift your life completely, to move away, to either move away, make a decision that is very risky, and to trust God. What do you need to trust God on right now? What are you scared of doing that you think maybe God wants me to do that, but it just doesn't make sense? How would I survive? Maybe it's an investment that you're going to have to do that is going to take you out if it doesn't work out, right? But God told you to do this. God told you to maybe quit your job, maybe do this kind of, do the ministry that you're prompted to launch, or move away in another country where you know nobody, right? What are you supposed to do right now for God? Just like Abraham, you might have to give up what God gave you. God gave Abraham his only son, right? And it was his first son, his only son, and now he asked him, go and sacrifice him. He didn't want to do it. And you don't want to do it. You don't want to risk losing everything that you have right now. But if you pass this test, because this is a test that God gave Abraham, are you going to still follow me? Are you going to still do what I want you to do? Even though right now you have this blessing that I gave you, are you willing to give this up for me? Because the blessing must not be more important than God, right? What are you willing to give up? Are you willing to sacrifice your whole life? Today I was praying God, and at one point I was like, God, I'm dying right now. I was emotional. I was like, God, I'm dying right now, save me. And this is what it feels like when you make this sacrifice for God, when you take this decision for God. You are willing to lose yourself. You lose what you currently have. You lose the very little that you already have. Maybe you don't have already a lot of money. And even this money, you need to have faith and use it to launch your business, to quit your job, to do this new thing that God is calling you to do. Now, please pray God. Ask Him for confirmation and ask Him to give you direction. Don't do this on your own. Wait on God. This is a mistake that I did already. To not wait on God, to be like, okay, God wants me to do this, and so now you're going to do it, but you're going maybe to do it in your own way, or maybe too fast, not under God's timing. Wait on God to tell you when to do it. When you see, okay, God told me to do it right now, or God maybe told me to wait. God told me I need to move away. And He told me at the same time when I was reading the Bible, literally, I came across the passage where God was called to heal Lazarus, right? But He then waited in his where he was. He waited there where he was for 2 days. And this is exactly what I'm doing, because when I read this, it spoke to me. It was like God was answering my prayer, because I asked Him, when should I do this, right? What should I do right now? He told me, stay where you are for 2 days, right? 2 days. And so I stayed right now for 2 days. I packed up I still did the action that He wanted me to do, right? I still packed up my things on the spot, like on the same day, no plans. It was not a planned thing. But on the spot, you need to move fast on God's command. He says, you obey immediately, because delayed obedience is disobedience. You need to obey fast. And when you obey fast, or the way you can obey fast is by fearing in a healthy way God. If you have this healthy fear of the Lord, you will be scared of not doing what He wants you to do, because you will either lose what He wants you to have, or you will have a lot of suffering, pain, because God knows that you need to do this, because if you don't do this, this will happen. So He wants to save you from the circumstances, but you're not listening because you don't fear God, right? So you need to be afraid of God more than anything else, and to disappoint Him. So you would do all these things with speed, with fast actions. What do you need right now to give up, or what decision you need to make right now? I encourage you to right now, after this video, you just stop YouTube. Stop listening to all these people telling you what God is telling you to do, me included, and read the Bible. Open the Bible. I was watching a YouTube video, and then I came across someone that told me to go in John. And I opened the Bible randomly toward the New Testament. I came across John, and this section spoke to me. It told me, okay, I need to do this. It spoke to me like God was speaking to me. And then I prayed. God, Our Father, Hail Mary. I prayed, and then I got the answer. And now I'm acting upon this answer. Right? What do you need to do right now? Maybe write it down. Maybe in this video something spoke to you. What was it? Write it down to not forget it and actually take action on it. If you like this kind of content, like, subscribe. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Ivaldi, Sako. I help you here become everything God created you to be able to take the risk, increase your faith, become sinless, and be having the freedom that God wants you to have, and the great life, blessing, the success that God wants you to have. If this interests you, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.